off to film my first documentary.
Young aspiring film
directors and stars.
Thank you very much. We are leaving Pace University.
We'll see you at Sundance.
Hey Sam, where are we going?
To the Big Gay Apples.
How are we getting there?
The Metro North.
Here we are in the hustle and bustle of Grand Central Station, about to get on the 4 and 5. So here we are, walking to Julius, which is the first known gay bar in New York City. Just say hi, guys.
Hi.
It's not the best of days, but
we're gonna make the best of it.
Yeah, we'll make do. It's a little rainy out, but it'll be wonderful. So attempting to get to Julius, and we got lost just a little.
A little bit. Sorry.
Just a little bit. Sorry.
All part of the adventure.
Yes.
This is our map.
And iPhone and whatever phone Sam has does not have very good navigation systems.
Actually, mine is great. It's Galaxy S4. Yeah. I'm not going to be doing any of the navigating, so we'll be safe.
So we'll make it alive. So that'll be good.
We'd end up.
Then again, me and Sam aren't really doing a good job either, considering we got ourselves lost.
I didn't have my map on the whole time, so I just put
okay,
my map on,
so
it's you.
So I got us lost. That's great. Whatever.
What? I didn't say that.
Here we are. First stop.
This is Julius Bar. It's on Waverly Place and 10th Street. This bar opened around 1864, and it is the first bar in the village, and it didn't become popular amongst the homosexual community until around the 1950s.
In 1966, members of the New York City Mattachine Society organized a sip-in where they went to New York City bars, clearly announced their homosexuality, and waited to be served. And this occurred in this bar right here, the Julius Bar, and depending on their service, they either sued or didn't, and it was they're making a stand in order to make service for the homosexuals in New York City bars better.
So when we first got to Julius, it didn't seem very welcoming. When we first walked in, I was a little bit intimidated because we first walked into a couple of older men, and the main bartender and the food guy just didn't seem like they were taking us 3 young girls seriously. So that's the impression I got right away.
The food was great though, but I have to agree, we felt very uncomfortable when we first walked in, but just being there in such an historically rich neighborhood and knowing the significance of what that bar has on the LGBTQ community definitely left an impact on me.
Even though no one would talk to us, we learned a lot by the inside of the bar and the ambiance in it. You can tell how historical it is by the bar and all the pictures and articles and artifacts there. So that was really cool.
The infamous stonewalling.
We're finally here! Where everything began. This is the historic Stonewall Inn, where the gay rights movement started on June 28th in 1969.
So the laws of the time oppressed homosexuals from wearing what they wanted, dancing with each other, and also being served alcohol.
So on June 28th, 1969, the normal raids that the police enforcement would do didn't really go as planned. the police started to arrest everyone that was online, but while waiting for the patrol wagons to come, things didn't really go as they had planned for them to go.
But the crowds went from 150 people to about 600 people in a matter of hours, and the police had no way of stopping them. Playing a game of Catch Me If You Can around Christopher Square is what they did all night until about 4 in the morning. Finally, the streets were cleared, but the homosexual community didn't stop there. And here, sitting in the stone wall, is where it all began.
Well, I'm Paolo. I've worked at the Stonewall for 4 years now. Been here forever. It's a great place to work here. Everything here, like everyone's family. I was actually the last bartender that was hired, so barely anyone is new.
Do you think that the gay rights movement is still represented here, really?
It is. I mean, during Gay Pride, we always have rallies outside. Even some of the people who are running for Congress, you know, like Christine Quinn had her rally outside. And people come here for the history. We have tourists that always come in, always ask me about it, and we still fight for it and everything. Like even when for St. this past St. Patrick's, we started the ban on Guinness because Guinness is supporting St. Patrick's.
Right.
And St. Patrick's Day Parade won't let any gay floats or gay people in the parade. So when we said we're gonna put a ban on Guinness, so did every other bar. Guinness pulled out of the St. Patrick's Day Parade, so they weren't sponsoring.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, that's really great. That shows that you're still making a big impact. Still making a big impact.
Some power.
Kind of similar to in San Francisco with Harvey Milk when he did the Coors Light boycott too. So it's kind of really similar to that. So that's pretty cool. So like, how do you guys like face like tolerance here and with like the outside community being such like a historically homosexual bar? Like, how do you deal with the outside community?
And like here, yeah, everybody comes here. Like we have everyone from different races, sexes, orientations, or whatever.
There's like really never any problems or anything.
No, we've never we've had a couple in the past 6 years, maybe, of kids coming in with fake IDs, and this was maybe 3 years ago. A couple kids from Staten Island. Did you hear that? Like a couple kids from Staten Island with fake IDs came in, went to the bathroom, and like beat some guy up in the bathroom, and like tried to rob him and whatever. But other than that, there's really no problem. Like I have a lot of straight customers who come in, guys, girls, and I get hit on a lot by girls. They're like, "Oh wait, are you gay?" I was like, "Yeah."
I'm sorry.
God damn it! I'm sorry.
It seems like a fun place to just hang out and just have fun and not worry about anything.
Yeah, and this is it's as you can see, it's like very divey. It's like
Those are the best
here,
bars.
Yeah. People who come in here, nobody's really pretentious. Everyone's pretty friendly.
Exactly.
You can start a conversation with anybody, and most people will just continue on.
That's awesome.
Right. And this for our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, that's so pretty. What does it say? Oh. That's so cute.
He calls me Boo Bird, and he's my Boo Bear.
Yeah, my boyfriend too. So, what has been one of your favorite experiences working here? Or the thing that's impacted you the most about working? Or maybe even just like
Anything.
Could be anything.
I mean, I think the best thing about here is everyone we work with, we're all very close. Like my two best friends are also bartenders here, and we're a family basically. That's why nobody's been fired. Nobody's been fired here. Nobody really quits. Like sometimes people just to leave for a bit and then come back to work. But that's not it. It's a big family. It is. Because even we're also the duplex is also our sister bar. We have the same owners, and so even everyone there, we're all pretty close.
That's really great.
So I can't get away from my friends. We're together or we're hanging out. So.
Is there anything else you would like to add? Or you have any questions for us? Or
Going to Stonewall from Julius, we really didn't know what to expect because we didn't have much to work with at Julius. But sure did Stonewall completely blow that up because we had a great time and it was a completely different atmosphere, so much more friendlier between the workers there and also the people, just the patrons, the customers. It was a completely great experience.
Walking up to the bar from the outside, our first impression was all the decorations outside. There were flags hanging up all over depicting the gay pride flag. So it was obvious that this was such an important place and welcome to everyone, especially in the LGBT community. So after Julius, I was a little nervous approaching the bartender to ask, questions. So Paolo turned out to be very nice and very welcoming along with everyone else.
What I really liked was that we went in there knowing a lot of the history of Stonewall, so going in and actually experiencing it and seeing it like on the walls and how it was portrayed through the bar was like a really memorable experience for us. We were able to look at how the bar feels about the experience, and we got that impression as well as just going to another gay bar.
Even though we weren't able to talk to someone who was actually there at the Stonewall riots, we still learned so much from all the pictures around and plaques and articles on the walls that it was kind of like we were actually there.
Going off what Sam said a little bit, it was really interesting, like looking at all the different plaques and stuff like that, and then like knowing about that information. Like we were reading articles that were laminated and framed on the walls, and we know that, like we learned that in class, and it was really cool to actually like walk in there and be accepted from everybody, and it was a very welcoming atmosphere and we really enjoyed it.
The events at Stonewall created a movement that changed the world.
Pit stop to see these cute puppies next door to the Stonewall.
So people don't even realize, actually, queer extends even to the animal kingdom. 9 times out of 10, I'll find 2 boy dogs or 2 girl dogs going at it. And it's totally natural. It's not a trained method. It's just something that they're expressing about themselves.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before?
So this is another historically homosexual area in New York City. It's Christopher Square, and my men right here are George Siegel's sculptures that were to honor some gay rights movements as well as commemorate some of the Stonewall Inn events. And over there we have 2 females standing together and Sara.
So this whole park right here is a monument for the gay rights movement, and it's such a historic place because this is the Stonewall behind us, and this is where the riots occurred, right around us. This is such a historical place. You can actually say the gay movement happened right here.
From being at the Stonewall for such a long period of time, we learned so much more information about it. For example,
We found out that it has a sister bar, which is at the end of the street that Stonewall is on, called Duplex.
There we interviewed the bartender Dan along with a few other very friendly patrons. We learned a lot more than we expected from them.
So we know that this is like a sister of Stonewall. So do you know like when this came about?
This bar, I know it's been in this location since sometime in the 80s. Before that, the bar has been in existence for I think at least 50 years. It used to be down on Grove Street, where it then became Rose's Turn, and then when it moved over here sometime in the 80s. This used to be the old Village Voice building back in the 60s and early 70s. And then, yeah.
Did it have any like relevance to Stonewall and like gay rights movement and anything like that?
I don't actually. It was down in the other location when Stonewall happened in '69, so it wasn't actually here at that point. And I don't know if they were always intertwined as a business. I think it might just be over the last like 10 years that the owners of each kind of like went into a partnership.
Okay. Do you feel like is there like a significant similarity between like homosexuals and not, or is it like
in this bar?
Yeah.
We get everybody. I mean, we are a gay bar, but we get a lot of straight people who just want to get piano or who just wander in and don't realize where they're coming. You know. So it's kind of it's every man for themselves.
Yeah. And we asked over at Stonewall because it's like very historical, but like the tolerance level between like the community is there any?
Over here, yeah. No, I mean here it's like everyone knows. You know,
yeah. Okay, because that's the general area over here. Okay.
Do you have like influence? I'm not influenced, but involved in like the rights movement also now, because they were talking about how with Guinness and that like same time. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like
I do know that before I started working here, they did do they staged a thing where all the bars on Christopher Street dumped their Myers rum, because that's from Jamaica, and Jamaica's very anti-gay, like a lot of them. So I know that we don't carry that anymore. So I don't know about other stuff. I know like when there was the whole Stoli boycott for a while, but we didn't get on that bandwagon because it turned out the Stoli's actually, it was a whole thing like should you get rid of it, should you not get rid of it? No one really knew, so we kind of kept it in.
Did you ban Guinness during St. Patrick's Day?
We never carried Guinness anyway. So.
Oh well, I don't like Guinness.
what's your favorite part about working here?
The people. My coworkers, the customers, it's a very happy place to work.
That's the same thing that Pablo said.
He said it was like a community there, and it seems like it's it's all these.
Yeah, like with them and us too, like Sarah's sister bar, so like we were having.
Oh yeah, he was saying that you guys are all like really close.
That's like a big family.
Yeah. How long have you been working here?
A little over 3 years.
Okay. Do you have any like craziest?
Oh, of course, I can't say that on film. I have lots of scandals.
Is there anything that you would want to like share with us? We're like students trying to learn about the history and everything.
I don't know. I just think that's great that you guys are doing that, because a lot of young gay kids come in here and they don't know anything about the history. And I feel like it's something that's really important that they should do. So I mean.
I want everyone to be happy and have
exactly.
Are you married?
Really? Yes.
Did you have the ceremony and a wedding and everything?
So Delaware.
They need this. Marie's let's YouTube that he's not wearing a ring.
I got here today. That's why this is getting tighter and tighter.
YouTube it. Get it out.
No.
Show the left
So
hand.
before I got here today, I was out doing yard work, and it kept scratching the ring, so I took it off. And then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get on the train. So I got on the train.
Is there a suntan line?
No, I wear it on this finger here.
You wear it on
so you
the
can see.
finger?
You can. That I can remember. It's just like.
I'm tired of shit.
Because it's different. We're all different, so I wear it different. And my other cute friend's gonna come.
Okay, so when was this wedding?
July 1st. So Delaware.
What year? Last year?
We had a civil union, and then Delaware granted marriage July 1st of 2013.
Is Craig the bridesmaid?
So we went. the county building, and there was probably 100 people there, all getting married at the same time. So we were couple number 9.
Was Craig a bridesmaid?
No,
I didn't even know he got married till tonight.
The people we talked to at Duplex, the other bar patrons, were actually very friendly and forthcoming. They just wanted to share their experiences in the LGBT community, and especially go off of the things that we learned today from the other bars and places we visited. They kind of expanded on that, and just they wanted to teach us about things and give us their opinions, and especially to share this with other people. As we told them this, we were making a documentary for this class, and they were just so welcoming and just wanted to hear our opinions along with theirs. It was really great. We just wanted to talk to them for hours, and we actually did.
We ended up staying at the Duplex for, I want to say, 4 or 5 hours, just talking to these about, I want to say, 45 to 50-year-old men about everything and anything. We sat outside, and it was really comfortable, and we talked about really specific things. Like, for example, we found out one of them got married in Delaware, and it just goes to show that nothing's really stopping this movement. Like, the world is changing around us, and it was wonderful to see how someone could be so happy and just from the progress over time that the world has come to, and sitting here in New York City where it kind of all started. And then we also got into other specifics about how one of the patrons was married to a female, and then realized after years and years of marriage that he was gay. And he came out to the last person he came out to was his best friend Dan, who happened to be there as well. And he said that was actually the hardest experience for him, because the hardest person to come out to, because Dan realized that they could have been doing all of these like gay things together, and like traveling the world and like doing things and making new experiences. But because he was straight and with a woman, he didn't. He was married, living the married life, and Dan was a little bit upset about that, we found out. But it was just a great experience that we enjoyed learning all these different things about these different peoples, and this beautiful culture that we live in.
It was really sad because they started leaving as groups, and they were making plans with us to meet up at some other place later in the evening, and in the meantime we stayed at Duplex and then saw this other group of younger guys. They must have been like late 20s, like maybe early 30s if anything, and we went outside and tried to sit with them, and they just weren't really as welcoming. They didn't really get the whole like help us learn thing. They were more conservative about like expressing their sexuality, as opposed to like the older guys who were so open, like, and it felt like they wanted to talk to us. So it was interesting to see that the younger generation like wasn't as friendly and willing, even though we are young and asking and willing. So that was a different experience also.
To go off that a little bit, I think that the main reason why the older men were so much more forthcoming and like willing to share their information is because they've been through a lot. Like you talked about the AIDS epidemic, and how much that their generation was affected by it the most. And I think just that their generation has watched the gay rights movement happen. They've watched where they came from and where they are today, and they realized how much progress that they've made, and they respected it on it. And I don't think that the younger generations do that often, because today we live in a world where it's widely accepted across the nation to be homosexual or involved in the LGBTQ community. So I think that's one of the main reasons why the younger group of men didn't really open up to us as much and share as much information as we would have liked.
I feel like the older people were probably also really happy that we are young and still interested in like what they're doing and how their experiences have shaped their lives. So that was probably fun for them to reminisce on stuff.
I think our time at the Duplex really made this, project and documentary what it is. We could have just gone showing the history of all these places, but we got the history from real people who witnessed it and saw what happened. And I think I would love to go back, so would Sam and Jess, and go talk to more people there and learn even more.
It was a really great experience, and we enjoyed every single minute of it. We spent 5 hours there.
En route to the Harvey Milk School.
Here we are at the Hedrick Martin Institute, which is home of the Harvey Milk School. So from gay bars to homosexual accepting high schools, the Big Apple seems to cover all corners when it comes to gay culture. The Harvey Milk School was established in 1985 and was originally run by the Hedrick Martin Institute, which is an organization that has the duty to help ensure the safety and support to at-risk adolescents, specifically in the homosexual community. The school, which is of course named after the San Francisco supervisor Harvey Milk, is now run by the New York City Department of Education and has strived to promote a safe, supportive, and educational community for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered students. The institution offers the same curriculum and graduation standards as any other New York City public high school. The only difference is that the students are able to learn without the physical and verbal bullying that they could face in a traditional high school setting.
Before our visit to the city, we did call the school and leave messages telling them our wishes to come visit, take a tour, and speak to somebody in the school who could answer some of our questions, but we did not receive an answer back, and since it is still such a small school, the options of someone to contact were very small. So when we came, it was a little difficult to get inside, which is a good thing that a school like that has to be so secure, and we were able to get in. We had to explain the purpose of our visit to so many people because of the type of school it is. I mean, I'm sure they had to be very careful. They had a security guard there that spoke to us, and they wanted to make sure that we were there for a good purpose and not there for anything negative. It was a very small school, and you could tell how bright and welcoming it was. There were murals in the hallway and all these posters against bullying, so it seemed like a pretty great environment.
We were so excited to go to this school. This was like one of our favorite things because we were so aware after doing all of our research of what programs and opportunities this school and the institute give to the children that go there. So we had all intentions of like figuring those out, like hearing about the programs, seeing what they do for the kids. So not being able to get that from going there was a little difficult, and what we realized was that, like Sarah said, it's so small that a lot of the people who work in the daytime school also run the programs that happen in the afternoon as soon as like school day is over. So when we met with one lady from the Hedrick Martin Institute, she said that there was one man and one woman who we normally would be able to speak with about the specific programs, and the man goes from working the school day instantly to like running programs and making sure that all of those after school activities are running smoothly. So in order to get in touch with someone there, it would be really difficult, but we still like plan to speak with them because we're all really interested in those programs, and we want to know firsthand how they impact all the students that go there, because that's something that was really important to us when we did our research to begin with.
So unfortunately, we weren't able to actually sit down and meet with someone within the school or within the Hedrick Martin Institute, but we did get to go inside and we did get to see, and we actually did meet the principal, which she was a very, very nice lady, and she actually guided us to where the Hedrick Martin Institute is located. But unfortunately, we weren't able to actually sit down and talk with somebody because they were always so busy. Like Sam said, they go from working in the school to going back to the after-school programs immediately. But that just shows how good of a job they're doing and how much work that they're putting into such an impactful cause.
Even though they were so busy, there was a woman at the institute who was rushing to a meeting but stopped and took a few minutes to talk to us and to give us phone numbers and to see if anyone was available to talk to us, and just to give us as much information as she could while on her way to a meeting. And it just kind of showed the type of people that are there and how much they want to educate and help people.
I've tried to cut these corners, try to take the easy way out. I kept on falling short of something.
Got our Starbucks ready
White
for
girls gone wild.
ready for a day of documentary making.
out. I'm locked up, they won't let me out. No, they won't let me out.
I can't stand.
Then the lights on my nights is like I'm only get one drink. Oh, clap your hands, clap your hands. Come on down, take a chance on romance. We only get one shot at love. Oh, clap your hands, clap your hands. Then the lights on my nights is like I'm only get one.
So it's been a really long day. It's approximately midnight. We've spent exactly 12. We've spent about 12 hours in the city exploring the LGBTQ community in the village. We had a blast. We've learned so many new things, and honestly, we met so many new people, and honestly, made experiences that we'll never gonna be able to forget.
So many good friends.